she used to always say, "Suno sabki, pan karo man ki."
Bhushan, once you visit Oman and you see how...
I think you need to have a lot of self-awareness.
The biggest challenge is that people actually are self-doubting.
So I had the opportunity to practice 4 times every week on school time.
The motto is not to be the first Indian or the best Indian.
I do 70% of my sessions for preparing on my strength.
Bhushan, keep the Sports Champ magazine going, because you inspire all of us in school.
That when I played first time for India, it was at the age of 20.
The other thing that's also helped me greatly is like the yoga.
I don't think any sportsman can achieve anything without family support.
Hard work plus courage is equal to champion.
Try to work something on the brand you have.
Strong grassroots training system. I think that will really help our generation.
That, if I can walk around, if I can run around like a normal person, I might as well drive it like a normal person.
The experiences that is being shared on this platform I think is priceless.
Hats off to you for really encouraging sports in the youngsters.
It's so amazing that Mr. Bhushan, you have taken upon yourself.
So this platforms gives every educators a boost to think.
I would like to tell all the educationists that let us not give sports like a stepmotherly treatment.
Your initiative taken, Bhushan, I really appreciate that. This was literally missing.
Goal setting, I feel, basically can be achieved only if they are your own personal goals.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sport Champ Live Talk Show. I'm Bhushan Thakur, founder and editor-in-chief of Sport Champ, a sports education magazine, and your host for today's live talk show. We are happy to start an exclusive series on Indian Sports School, where I'll be having the privilege and honor to interact with top educationists of India who are promoting sports at the grassroots level, their vision, methods, uniqueness, which are inspiring many, and we are hopeful that this exclusive series on Indian Sports School will guide and inspire many educational institutions across India to know the ways and methods applied to promote sports at school level. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Nitin Katiyar, co-founder the Achievers School, Nagpur. Nitin Katiyar is a computer engineer by qualification, but by heart, he is an entrepreneur who specializes in building extraordinary teams. He is the founder and strategic mentor of Kratin Group, which is working in the area of software, mining, education, and healthcare. Over the last 25 years, he has been working as a founder, investor, or advisor in many software companies like Lambert, Kratin Software, Global Logic, Location Group, Carlick, and others. Apart from software, he is passionate about working in the area of education and sports. He is the co-founder of the Achiever Schools Nagpur, which is focusing on nurturing 21st century learners along with academics. Achiever Schools ensure that every child should learn a sport and art of life and should be committed to fitness. Welcome to the show, Nitin sir, and thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you, Bhushan. I think it is a privilege to join your, giving me a chance to join your platform, the Sport Champ. I heard about it a lot, and I really congratulate you with all the efforts you are taking to promote the sport at the grassroots level and trying to connect the leaders or the role models in the sports with the children who can get motivated and get it doing. Good work doing, Bhushan.
Thank you so much, Nitin sir. So we start our show with a Sport Champ challenge question. And I'll ask you a very simple question, which is, if you have a body of your human and head of an animal, which animal would you pick and why?
That's interesting. I think I would like to go with dolphin.
Okay.
They work as a team. They work as a community. They are emotional, and I think those are some of the characteristics that makes us human. So even after taking the brain of an animal, I will still like to keep my emotions alive.
Fantastic, sir. And if I reverse this question, if you have had a head of human and body of an animal, which animal would you pick and why?
Interesting. Maybe tiger. I'm sitting in Nagpur and it is the area of the tiger. So, yes. Yes. It is the Tiger City of India.
Correct. Sir, tell us about your connection with sports. Have you played any sport or you have any background of sports?
Yes, I have played a sport not to a very professional level. I have played hockey in the regional level on the TVs. Uh, and apart from that, I have personally played a lot of sports. I play table tennis, I can play basketball, I can play lawn tennis, I play football, I have played hockey. Uh, so any outdoor volleyball. Since the childhood, I have spent 2-3 hours playing sport every day. So maybe not a very professional sport person in life, but have a lot of love for sports.
Sir, what according to you are the fundamental benefits of sports to any child, and why someone should play sports according to you?
First and foremost, I think sports provide us a lot of learning in terms of not just the skills of playing a good sport, but a lot of life values, like how to behave in a team. Most important, which is required in today's stressful and competitive life, is how to handle the failure. If you lose, how do you sprint back? Grit, perseverance. So that is one part of it. Second part, which is very important, is as the life is becoming more complex, and in the future, that's how it looks like. It is important that we adopt something for the fitness. You may or may not become a sports person in life, but fitness is something everybody should have. And I feel going to gym, going to other things. I think if you play a sport, you remain fit. That the stress buster. When you might or might not be having a good day in a life. But you go on the ground, you play a sport, and you get all the stress out. And in today's life, and more in future, we need our children to have a stress buster. And sports is the best way to do it.
Super, sir. Super. Sir, schools plays a very important role in shaping a child's life, and sports plays a very integral role in the same. So, what role you and your institution has designed to promote sports among every child in your school, which can guide many educational institutions across India?
As I shared earlier, also that we think first thing that we have tried to cultivate in our school is like sports is not a so scholastic subject. Yes, academics is a importance where everybody plays, but we do give sports and art the same kind of stature in our education framework. Because once we start saying that it is something extra, then parents and children start losing interest in it. So first thing is they have the same status. Second, we have created a very one of the motive that we have. We want every child to learn a sport, and more than a sport, right from class 1, we try to focus more on the fitness. So the way we have designed our whole physical fitness curriculum is for first 2-3 years we provide focus on their fitness flexibility. We like gymnastics is compulsory from class 1, so it is strength building, core body strength building starts from the day 1. We give them exposure to all the sports in the school that we have. Class 3 onwards, what happens is we start asking parents and children to start picking the sport that they want to specialize in. And from class 3, they start getting specialized coaches from the industry, from the city. Not just 1 or 2 sports teacher we have in the school, but we start getting the professionals into the campus to start coaching the students from class 3 onwards in their preferred sport. So what happens in class 3 to class 5, in the those years they start picking the skill. in a particular sport. So we have tied up with sports, tennis sports club. We have, like in the football, we have a player who played for India. He happens to be in Nagpur. So those kind of level of players comes in. Even our basketball coach is like the international FIFA certified coach. So we bring those kind of coaches to start coaching the children from class 3. And at the same time, that fitness thing goes on. So they keep doing the gymnastic thing along with the sports. And then comes the class 6 to 8 section where DSO and the events starts happening. Really, the student get a chance to participate into competitive world. We promote them, we help them to take them to the various tournaments and get them doing. So I think that we are practicing this for last 4-5 years, and we are getting good result in terms of participation and even winning the competitions at the national level.
I have been to your school when I had a visit to Nagpur, and I have seen the infrastructure myself, and I want my audience to see the infrastructure of the Achiever School. So I'll just run a video of your school with the sports facilities.
Thank you.
What an amazing infrastructure, sir. And the structure which you have just defined matches that infrastructure.
Thank you.
Sir, as per the recent announcement of our Prime Minister, where he has announced sports to be a part of mainstream in all schools in India, do you think this will bring some change?
Yes, I do think this do bring change. Only thing I will request everybody is to take the things and implement them in a spirit. Just announcements are not going to make any change, but I think if they can definitely bring it to the attention of the administrators and the school team, and if they start working on it, we have to always understand that for any change at the grassroots level, parents are very important stakeholders.
Correct.
So if school can work together with the parents and make them aware about the importance of the sports, and many times, to be very frank, my practical experience is when we talk to parents, and many times parents say that my child is not going to become a sports person. I know there are very limited opportunity to play for India or even for this IPL leagues and other kind of teams. So two things we do. One is we are trying to make parent aware of various avenues where a sports person can do for living if he is not playing. Second is most important thing parent need to understand is the habit of fitness.
Correct.
Child when he is small is the one when they then build the habit of fitness, and if the habits are formed, they stays along whole life. And that's where, like in COVID times, we started an initiative where we invited parents and children come together on the campus and play on a holiday, because schools infrastructure is not used whether any on any holiday, and parents living in the apartments are not having the facility to access to the professional grounds. So we allowed parents, their friends, children and their friends to come together on the campus. We provided the equipment and we asked them to spend time and play. It builds a different kind of bond, but it definitely helps parent to, because mostly what happens is parent is talking to children about the various academic things only. But when they come, they play freely on the ground. It builds a different family bond among them. So it helps them. And we do run a parent forum also, fitness forum for the parents, where we ask them to share their events, whatever they are doing, walk-in, some are doing run-in, some are doing cycling, some do exercises. So we ask them to share their data. So when their child starts seeing that parents are also doing it and the parents start leading from the front, then changes starts happening. So it is important that Prime Minister has made the announcement. If people take it seriously and start involving parent into it, in the next 10-15 years, we can be on top of the medal tally in any competition.
This Parent Forum is a fantastic initiative, sir. It's a fantastic initiative. Sir, as there are report card in studies, what do you think of having a report card system in sports where percentages are given on various verticals like physical, technical, mental, sports performance, teamwork, and be evaluated every 6 months? So what do you think on the same?
No, I really agree with you, and will be happy to share that we are doing that for last 4 years now. We have devised our report card. Every school has a medical assessment where doctors come in and do the assessment. Beyond that, what we initiated is like every at the start of the year, maybe in July and August, and then again at the end of the session, like February or March, we do fitness assessment of each and every child in the school, where we check for physical deformities, one section. Then we check for the various fitness parameters like BMI, waist ratio, and other parameters. And then we do rigorous testing on 9 to 12 parameters based on the age group, testing their agility, their reflexes, their flexibility, endurance, using all kind of a things. So I think we are doing it for last 4-5 years, keeping a track of record, and it has really helped us to see the improvement in the child growth.
Correct.
So at the end of the year, along with the report card, just giving that record out to the parent does make a lot of sense.
And it helps the parents also know about their child, and the child also knows where he is and where he has to reach. Fantastic.
Correct. And if the physical fitness goes, yes, and the physical fitness goes as part of a report card, a sheet in the report card, then it start that is more importance.
Correct. So, what systems schools follow to upgrade their sports HODs on their skills and knowledge, and how it has been evaluated? Because what is being observed is, if one sports teacher is there from last 7 years, 10 years, and there is no upgradation of their skills and knowledge is happening, and if their skills and knowledge is not upgraded, definitely, because sports is an area where it is completely dynamic. Every day, new techniques, new skills are coming. So what are the schools following, or systems followed by schools on the same?
I will say one thing that I am lucky with is having the sports teacher team, which not only works in the school, but they are professional coaches themselves. we do encourage them to get into a lot of trainings like Hello India or wherever the trainings are possible. We are the first one to send our teachers to get them on. I personally spend time every year, every quarter with the sports team to understand what latest is happening, how we can incorporate those things out. And I think some of the practices that we are following are outcome of it. And most important is like we do sports is kind of a profession. If you are out of touch, then you are out of knowledge. So we do allow our sports teacher to take professional coaching, like I was saying that our sports teacher Dheeraj, who is basketball FIFA certified, so he got certified around 2-3 years back. So that way, he is doing right now PhD in the sport. So we do encourage them to take further education. Out of his passion, he does a professional kind of a coaching club. But he's a basketball coach, so he runs a basketball club. He is very active in. We promote him, help him by giving him time and resources. So he is active in basketball fraternity in the city. His club team also has been in, like right now they are the state champion under 14 and under 18. So that we give him assistant whenever he has to go with his team into the state selection team, or he has to take his team to the nationals. Even if it is like his club team, we do allow him to help do that, because that it is a profession. If you are in touch, then you are upgrading. If you are not in touch, then it becomes botish. This sports is not a botish subject.
Correct. So my next question is very important because I've asked this question to more than 500 plus schools, and yet I'm not even a single school is able to do this yet, and they are still searching for the answer. Is in studies the journey is very clear to students and parents, but there is very less clarity on sport journey at the grassroots or school level. So what type of sports counseling you feel are required at school level, which will provide clarity on sport journey and playing the sport for a longer period of time? Currently, as per our analysis, there's a lack of sports counselor in schools in India who can guide students and parents in their journey of sports, because there are physical trainers, mental trainers, dietitians, and everyone. But when to choose the right sport, what are the careers available in sport, how to get into the international arena, how to get the sports sponsorships. The journey of a sports person is completely different. So that journey, which is not given why parents are having too much of a confusion at the initial start that there's no career, but there are hundreds of careers available in sports, even if you are playing during the play and after the play. But the clarity on those are not available to the parents and the students at the grassroots level when they are getting into 9th and 10th. So any steps taken on this in your school?
To be very frank, Bhushan, as I will not claim to be very successful in this area right now. That is something we had thought of, started something on a similar line. But I think this is the area where I will need help from sports personality and professionals like you. Because to be very frank, for a school to have a dedicated sports counselor is not feasible, and not even that kind of a load is there, work is there. But that is a shared resource that every sports person, every sports school can take advantage. So what we are planning to start is a series from class 6 to students of 6 to 10, is trying to work with various professionals in various areas and have them come and explain it to the children and the parents, what kind of career options are available, be it, and it's not just sport but other areas also. But sports, I am still looking to find a person who understands the whole thing and take a session. It may be a one session, it may be a 2 or 3 sessions, a series of sessions, but that session is something important where they can explain what are the options available, what kind of personality traits you need, what kind of a commitment the family need to do, child need to do, and how there is definitely a possibility of somebody earning well by adopting the sports. Only thing is that we need somebody who can tell it to the children. And I think that is the most important thing. If we are able to do, then people will start adopting more around it.
Correct. People will play
So
the
I think that
sport
is an area maybe I will need support from you in future, or people like you around.
I'm currently giving support to at least 1,000 schools at this moment of a time, giving this sports counseling part, because this is the area which is completely missing. The journey of
Yes.
sports, which the guidance has to be given if we want them to play for a longer period of a time, not just till 10th.
Yes.
So, sir, my next question is: many schools in India have amazing infrastructure in selected sports and not in all sports. So, if they adopt those sports in which they have state or national level infrastructure and start nurturing players in that sports by conducting talent hunt camps, workshops, coaching camps, high performance training, and structured training program with a reputed coach, which will eventually help to develop national and international players from that sport. What do you think on the same? Is that feasible? Is this workable model?
Yes, it is worthable. It is 100% worthable model, and I think that's what we are trying to do. When I said that from class 3 onwards, we try to bring in specialized coaches who are professionals in the city, and we train them for next 3-4 years before to make them ready to participate into DSO and other activities. We do have a detailed training plan for each sport. We do maintain the statistics of all the children in that particular sport, and we try to give them best possible which is there. And I think if we start playing on our strength rather than trying to do all the
Correct.
sports everywhere,
Correct.
then things will start changing, because
Correct.
I think specialization is required. That's only can bring the international level talent out.
That is what the China is doing, where they are good at.
Yes.
They put their complete focus in that and get the medals from there, and then they select one by one sport. They don't go in all sports at one time.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, my next question is: many schools in India having a facility of mini sports club, like even your facility, if it is seen nowadays, you don't see clubs, or because clubs are now doesn't have coaching structure going on, but schools have a mini sports club. So generally, schools get over by 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and sports training generally starts at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if the school starts renting their sporting facility on off school timing to various top sports academies, so it can become a win-win situation for all schools, sports academies, students, and parents too. What do you think on the same?
I agree. We are doing it. We have partnered with a sports club in Nagpur. They are using our facility to do the coaching, and in the night, we allow even in the early morning for professionals to come in and play. We do allow our facility to be used from 4 to, and all our courts are like night lit. So we have night training facility too. So they are utilizing it to do the things. It does help. It does help to bring the fitness culture within the society, provide the infrastructure which is lying with it.
Correct. And it is a win-win situation for all three.
Yes.
From the school's perspective, from the parents' perspective, and from the student perspective to grow in the field of sports.
And city needs that infrastructure. It is not possible to recreate that infrastructure for masses. We already have so many schools with some kind of an infrastructure which can be used by masses.
Correct. Correct. Superbly going, sir. I think I'm really happy to have this conversation where all the answers are coming with a positive response. Sir, my next question is: what is the total percentage of girls participating in sports in comparison to boys in your school? Because what we have seen is the Olympic medal, if you see, is being achieved more by the girls. But when we see the girls' participation at the grassroots level, school level, district level, it is I think 10-20% compared to boys. But when it comes to Olympic medals, the medal tally goes to the female segment. So what is the lacuna you find, and what are the things happening, or what are the steps you are taking for the same?
At our school level, I will say that sports is compulsory. Whatever is the curriculum or whatever is the assessment pattern, everything is compulsory for all the children. So participation in our school for the boys and girls are same. We do see more results as more favorable results coming from the girls team as compared to the boys team. And I think last week only I was having a discussion around it with my sports teacher, and because he is also seeing the same thing. He runs the basketball club for the boys and girls, but he is a state champion. His girls team is a state champion for last couple of years, and boys team is not. So I was trying to ask him out, and one of the thing which is true is by nature girls are more sincere.
Correct.
Towards whatever goal they set. And I think that is something which is lacking in the male gender, to be very frank. We can avoid talking about it, but the fact remains that yes, there are less number of girls who are participating. You are right, participation is less. But people who are participating, they are sincere, they are dedicated, they set the goal, and once they set the goal, they are committed towards it. So I think that is something which is lacking. Maybe the cause lies in our old thought process of boys being more entitled class. And I think we need to set the right goals and right orientation to the boys also, and things will happen. But I think that is true not just in sports. If you see even the academic results, every year board results, IIT results, JEE results comes out, and girls are overshadowing the boys.
Correct.
I think boys need to get up to the speed and start taking girls lightly now.
Correct. This orthodox feeling which has to change, and I've asked this question to many educationists, and many of them were saying that parents have this feeling that why to spend on sports rather than I'll save it and get her married. So I'll keep that money for that, and all those orthodox feeling. But now it's changing, but still we need to work at the school level a lot. Sir, before we log off, what you would like to address to all educationists of India, which will help them to promote sports at school level?
To be very frank, one thing that I would like to tell all educationists, definitely sports is important. Everybody has to, we have to work on the grassroots level. We have to take sports at the same level as the academics. I will not say that sports is more important than academics, but at the same playing field level, we need to provide it to the sports, arts, and other forms. But what is the most important thing that all educationists have to mentor or nurture within children is the habit of fitness. That is something which is people don't understand. A small example I will like to say, if I ask who is your life partner, so most of the times you start looking towards your spouses, that is the life partner you have. But that's not true. You met and get in touch with your spouse around 20-25 years in your life when you are already done there. What is your true life partner is your body. If you consider yourself to be something beyond your body, then your body is the one which is the life partner, which starts the journey along with you in the womb and ends with you on the path. So it is important that we, right from the childhood, start telling this to the children that they should spend something to maintain this body, and body needs exercise and the fitness. That mindset of fitness is not something extra. It has to be built in. And I would like all educationists in the world to start pushing the importance of fitness to the children, which in turn will help a lot to the taking up the sports, because many times we are good in our skills in the sports. I feel many of our players are good in the skills, but they do lack in the discipline and the fitness, and which deprive them of the topmost medals in the world.
Correct.
So I think fitness is first thing that every child should learn, and then comes the sport where they will perform better.
Perfect, sir. And body has a very simple calculation. Body says, you take care of me for 1 hour, I'll take care of you for 23 hours.
Correct.
So it's a very simple
It's only
calculation.
1 hour in a day that we have to spend on the body.
And take good food and good thought. Your life is set.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir, Nitin sir, for taking out time and agreed to share your vision, mission, and methods of promoting sports at Sportsperson at school level, which will definitely guide many educationists across India. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Bhushan. It was nice talking to you today.
Pleasure, sir. Dear viewers, we'll keep on bringing such insightful episodes on Indian Sports School, which will guide many educationists across India and eventually help in promoting sports and sportsperson at the grassroots level.